Hi everyone, Stewart here and welcome to another patron only video. Today I'm at our university apiary. I've just finished a video for our Maysmore apiary series of videos, and I thought it would be an opportunity while I've got the camera set up to just take a look at the swarm that we collected earlier in the season. And if you haven't seen that, I'll see if I can pop a link in the video. But what happened was we collected a really nice swarm from the trees just behind me here, and then that swarm swarmed. Unfortunately, what I thought was going to be a huge swarm that was going to produce some honey for us for this year just disappeared, and all we've really got is, I think, a new queen. Well, hopefully a new queen, but that's what I'm going to take a look at now. So let's get the camera down to the hive and just have a quick inspection and see where we're at. It's one of the frustrations of beekeeping that you anticipate how things are going to be, and when they don't actually turn out that way, it is a bit frustrating. So this colony was Queen 51, and they swarmed into a tree, and they don't seem terribly friendly. They've just come flying out the front of the entrance and are being particularly friendly towards my ankles, so we'll have to just see what's happening inside. I was hoping that they would have requeened themselves and we'd have a nice even-tempered colony by now, but we'll just have to see. The colony actually came from a national beehive that weren't particularly good tempered anyway, so I don't know why I suddenly thought that the bees would be changed and have a good temperament. Looking at it, what have we got here? Well, we've got some eggs here. So we do have a laying queen, and here we've got plenty of brood. As you can see, the bees are just chasing around on the comb quite a lot. Just going to check that we're in focus, and hopefully you can see that okay. So yeah, nice brood pattern. The bees have actually calmed down, to be fair to them, so that's quite a nice brood pattern, which is what I would like to see with most of my bees. Looks like we've got a bit of wax moth damage somewhere around here. Be nice if we could get the wax moth out, but it doesn't look like it's going to put in an appearance. But yeah, I'm happy with that brood pattern, so that's good. And really, this hive is in the wrong position. I ought to move them, and perhaps in a week or two I'll get some help and we'll lift it out and move it to another apiary site. But again, a nice brood pattern. So these bees have been really fairly prolific in terms of the fact that they've produced lots of brood. The colony swarmed and then swarmed again. So I guess, in fairness to them, they have been fairly productive. I'm trying to spot the queen. She's not going to be marked, so it would be nice to be able to spot her, but I'm in no real rush. And if I don't mark her now, we'll mark her in the spring. Oh well, there she is. So she's running around all over the place, and if only I had what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this frame back in, leave it separated from the others, pop back to the pickup and get my marker pen, and we'll see if we can catch her on that frame again. So I really ought to be a little bit more organised and have the pen in my pocket. So we've got the pen ready. Let's see if she's still on this frame. Of course, she's probably going to have run a mile by now. she was particularly skittish and did run around on the frame. She's looking at this frame, she's laid lots of eggs in here, so she's doing a reasonable job. Of course, I can't see her now. Now she knows that I want to get her and mark her. She's disappeared. One last look. And I don't see her there. So we'll pop this frame back in. I have this horrible feeling that when I replay the video, I'm going to spot her tucked away in the corner of the frame somewhere, but no, I have to say I've missed her if she's on here. So let's pop that back. One last look, don't see her there. And let's just move on to the next frame. Perhaps she ran across and jumped onto this frame. So they're packing away stores on this frame, and there's no eggs there, and this side is all stores as well, so it's unlikely that she's going to be here. So what we'll do is we'll just go through, let's do one more frame just in case. They're actually fairly well behaved, so I kind of jumped to the wrong assessment when I first opened them up. Right, so I don't see her there. I'm not going to check the last frame because there's nothing on it, so we'll just come back and do 3 or 4 frames and see if we can spot her. But I'm not going to. You can see how the bees are running around. It's a trait that I really don't like. It makes it really difficult when you're inspecting. So although she's got a good laying pattern, they have a trait that I really don't like that much, so we may well requeen them in the spring anyway, but I think I will allow them to go through the winter and we'll see how they overwinter, because sometimes you just have to put up with some of the traits that you don't want in favour of the traits that you do want. If I could get the bees to have all of the traits that I want all of the time, then I'd be a very rich man. Unfortunately, I'm neither. So can't see her on this frame. No. It is just typical that we're now that we're ready to mark her. Now she's nowhere to be seen. Look how fast they're running on here. You almost have no chance of spotting the queen, even if you have expert eyes. No, don't see her there. And I'm scanning the frame around the edges first and then working my way into the middle. So I'm trying to see if she's towards the edge of the frame and then just coming in a circular motion. Doesn't matter whether you go clockwise or anti-clockwise, whatever suits you. And they are really racing around. Which makes it very difficult to see a queen ambling around trying to find somewhere to lay her eggs. And to be honest, she was racing around as fast as the workers. So I think we have to just accept that we haven't spotted her. I'm not going to go back through again. It's not massively important that we mark her. I don't see her there. So because I wasn't prepared, I've missed my opportunity. I'd like to think that that's a lesson learnt, but I can guarantee that I will leave my marker pen in the car again at some point when I need it. I don't see her there. Okay, so we're going to close them up now, but they're okay, they're doing fine. They have a laying queen, which is great. We can pop this end frame back in. They will need some food at some point in the not too distant future. Just tighten that all up. But otherwise they look fine. Little bit of disease with the chalk brood. I'm going to remove the queen excluder now. We don't need that on there any longer. And it was just laziness really that meant that it was still on there. And we'll leave that queen with number 51 because old 51 has swarmed and gone, and so she's our new number 51. Okay, so there's how not to mark your queen. Be prepared, unlike me, have everything ready, and then you can't go too far wrong. So I hope you enjoyed that. Just another quick video for you guys. Again, thanks very much for sticking with me and supporting me, and we'll catch up next time. Thanks for watching.